Hello everyone, this is Sana Kulkarni. Again today we are going to discuss regarding the chapter Moving Charges and Magnetism, the continued part in this session 7. So first of all, in this session we are going to discuss regarding the magnetic dipole moment of a current loop. So what is the magnetic dipole moment? Already in first chapter we have discussed regarding what is the electric dipole moment. Now it is an magnetic dipole moment. This magnetic dipole moment, it is defined as it is a product of current and the area vector. So generally vector A, that is nothing but the area vector of the loop. Then the magnetic dipole moment, that is M is equal to, it can write it as it is I into A in the form of vector. Therefore we can write it as it is IA into n cap, where n cap is an unit vector, and the unit of the dipole moment that will be given by, it is a ampere per meter square. Current is an ampere and the area is a meter square. So if theta is the angle between the magnetic field B and the normal to the plane of the loop, already in previous case we have derived the expression for the torque. In that the equation we got the torque toe is equal to IAB sin theta. So instead of now IA, we have to substitute the magnetic dipole moment, that is MB sin theta, because M is equal to, it is IA. Therefore torque toe is equal to, we got it as it is MB sin theta, or we can write it as torque toe is equal to M cross B. Cross product means it is MB sin theta, or torque toe is equal to, it is M cross B. So this equation, which is same as the electric dipole moment P in an electric field, where we have derived, that is torque toe is equal to P cross E, that is nothing but PE sin theta. This is the electric dipole moment, and same the magnetic dipole moment, we got it as it is M cross E, that is ME sin theta. So next we are going to derive regarding the circular current loop as a magnetic dipole. Suppose if you have considered the circular loop as a magnetic dipole, then what will be the equation? So already we know the magnetic field on the axis of the circular loop of radius r, which is carrying the current I, that will be given by B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I r square divided by r square plus x square raised to 3 by 2. But now here if you have considered x is very greater than r, then we have to neglect the r term. Therefore we are getting B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I r square. Neglect the r, remaining will be the x square. So x square raised to 3 by 2 means we are getting it as x cube itself. Therefore the equation becomes B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi. Instead of pi r square, I will substitute it as an area of that circular loop. Therefore our equation becomes it as 2IA, because pi r square is nothing but the area. So instead of pi r square, substitute it as a. So remaining term is 2IA divided by x cube. Again this equation, the magnetic moment will be given by M is equal to I into A. Therefore our equation B is equal to, it is mu naught by 4 pi. Instead of 2IA, we have to write it as IA, it is M, that is 2M divided by x cube. So this equation again, it is same as the expression for the electric dipole. At a large distance x from the electric dipole along the axis of the electric field, that equation already we have derived in the first chapter, that is E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p divided by x cube. The same equation we got it for the magnetic field also, that is B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2m divided by x cube. Then another one derivation is there, that is the magnetic dipole moment of an revolving electron. So once the electron is revolving, what is the magnetic dipole moment that will be produced, that we are going to discuss now. Already we know the electron which is having a charge, that is minus E, that will perform the uniform circular motion around the nucleus. The nucleus is having a positive charge, that we can write it as plus ZE, and let r be the radius of the orbit electron, as well as v be the orbital speed or the orbital velocity. Then the current due to the motion of electron, that we can write it as I is equal to E divided by T, and where t is the time period. The time period already we have calculated that t is equal to 2 pi r divided by nu. 2 pi r divided by v. Therefore, I is equal to, substitute the value of that is EV divided by 2 pi r we are getting. Then the magnetic dipole moment which is associated with the electron which is circulating around the nucleus. That magnetic moment, just you can observe in the diagram, that is mu L. That magnetic moment we can write it along the circular loop, that is mu L is equal to I into A again, that is equal to I into A is nothing but the area. Here again the electron will revolving the circular path, therefore the area we have considered it as a circular path of the area of the circle, that is pi r square. So this equal to, already I value we have calculated, it is EV divided by 2 pi r into this pi r square. So r terms get cancelled, pi term also get cancelled. So we are getting it as EVR divided by 2. And in just diagram you can observe the electrons, they will move in an anti-clockwise direction, but the current moves in a clockwise direction. Hence the direction of the magnetic moment, it is into the plane of the paper. Therefore we can write this now, mu L is equal to EVR divided by 2. The same equation we can write it as, it is E divided by 2me. We are going to multiply as well as divide by the mass of an electron. Therefore, E divided by 2me, similarly me into Vr. We are multiplying as well as dividing with a mass of an electron. Therefore, we are getting the equation as E divided by 2me as it is me into Er, that is nothing but mass into velocity. The mass into velocity will gives you the momentum. Here we can write it as it is L. L is nothing but the angular momentum. So L is the angular momentum and me is the mass of the electron. Therefore, in vector form, the above equation we can write it as, it is mu L in a vector form, that is equal to minus E divided by 2me into the vector L. L is nothing but the angular momentum. And the negative sign that indicates that the direction of mu L, it is always opposite to the current. Already we know this, that is electron will be moving in an anti-clockwise, but the current is moving in an clockwise direction. Therefore, the negative sign that will indicates that the direction of that mu L, it is opposite to that of the current I, since the electron is already, it is a negatively charged. And this ratio, whatever the mu L is equal to minus E divided by 2me into L we got, this ratio itself is called as, it is an gyrometric ratio, and it is found experimentally. The value is 8.8 into 10 to the power of 6 coulomb per kg. But according to Bohr atomic model, the orbital angular momentum which of an electron is having, it is equal to the integral multiple of h by 2 pi. So we have to consider now L is equal to h by 2 pi. Instead of that, nh by 2 pi we can say, where n is an integer and h is the Planck's constant. Therefore, mu L is equal to E divided by 2me into nh by 2 pi. Instead of L, just you substitute the value of nh by 2 pi. If n equal to 1, or our mu L is equal to NEH divided by 4 pi me. Suppose if n equal to 1, then we are getting that mu L is equal to EH divided by 4 pi me, and that value is calculated it as 9.27 into 10 to the power of minus 24 ampere per meter square, and this is the minimum value of magnetic moment of a revolving electron around the nucleus, and this minimum value of that magnetic moment itself is called as the Bohr magneton. So this is known as the Bohr magneton. So these three are the relative derivations of our first chapter, that is electric dipole, and here we have compared with a magnetic dipole. Just go through the videos.